Hey everybody, Bradley here, and you're probably wondering what the title means. Well, I did it. I lost my virginity for Black Friday. I live over, in Canada. I'm right along the border with Michigan. I'm about 45 minutes, 50 minutes from Detroit. So we went over to Fort Gratian, which is right over the border there, for the Black Friday because you thought, you guys got some really crazy good deals going on, and I thought perfect time to get the kids their Christmas gifts now. So me and the wife went over there around 6 because Toys R Us opened up at 9 o'clock. Walmart, they did their sale at 10, and Best Buy was at midnight, right? So whatever. So we went over, got something to eat, and we were driving down the strip, and we're like, oh, why is everybody else, Toys R Us was unbelievable. There was like a lineup wrapping around the whole entire store. And what it was is like you get an iPod Touch and you get like a $50 gift card, which was unbelievable. So you were like, oh, we'll hit it up there first, And Walmart's got crazy deals. You can get great games for like $15, $20. So we went by Walmart and we saw people coming in and out. We were like, what the fuck? Why is everybody coming in and out? So we went in there and it was packed, right? I mean, it was unbelievable. Like, you guys keep saying how crazy Black Friday is, and you're not kidding. It's crazy. So we went there, and they had the games all in a row that were on sale that you saw on the flyer. They're all wrapped up. They had it all wrapped up in cellophane, and they had people like pretty much humping the thing. Like, they had the employees like hugging it, so no one would cut it open and take a game out. And all down the aisle, they had all their other Black Friday stuff on there too. So she was like, why don't we just check Toys R Us because they're not going to do anything. The sale doesn't start till 10, so why don't we just go to Toys and see what they got? So we drove by and we saw Best Buy and we saw people in tents. I'm talking like, it was unbelievable. And then, so we went to Toys R Us, and the line was even bigger. It's like we had walkie-talkies, right? Which is the greatest invention if you ever go out shopping, and you get separated from your wife, and you're like, where are you? But, so I was walking down the store, I'm like, yep, still going. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah, it's still going. Like, I'm all the way around the back where deliveries are, and it's still going. She's like, what? So she's like, well, let's wait in line, and I'm like, ugh. So we wait in line. And there's guys coming around going, you want flyers? And they were sure, or whatever. I guess they were from. And they were like, all the iPods, they gave like tickets out. Like, all the iPods have already been claimed. Which is ass. That fucking sucks. So she's like, all right, let's go to Walmart. So we went to Walmart. Tons more people. It's crazy. And then we drove by Target too, and we saw people lining up. And so we went to Walmart, and we got our shopping carts. I'm like, just get a shopping cart now, and we'll see. Well, people started taking shit, that Black Friday sale shit, and putting it in their goddamn cart, and they weren't supposed to. I was like, fuck this. So I'm grabbing stuff, and people are like, you can't do that. And I'm like, what are you gonna do about it? So I'm putting it in the cart, right? I don't give a fuck. So it was crazy. And then I went to the actual electronics section where all the games were. And I said to the guy, like, they had the games that were on the shelf that were on the row aisle there. And I was like, can I still get this game? He's like, yeah, you'll pay full price for it now, but at 10 o'clock it'll be discounted price. So I'm like, sweet. So I grabbed the games that I want and put them in the cart. So what else? Oh, God. And then we saw the Sony iPod dock with alarm clock. It was like regular $100. It was on sale for like $30 or something like that. So the wife's like, stay there. Make sure you don't get it. So I'm sitting there and I'm waiting and seeing all these people flood. Like, they're flooding everywhere. They're all flooding the one aisle. And one of the Walmart ladies was like, this is a security. This is a fire code. You can't do this. So I'm sitting in the rack between, the clothes rack. My arms up between like Hello Kitty and like Barbie clothes. I'm just chilling, waiting for the countdown, and then pandemonium. You hear people freaking out, screaming. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Well, I guess somebody went apeshit and just started taking games, so the whole thing flooded with games. And she's like, I was like, fuck this. So, grabbed the iPod dock, put it in her cart, managed my way to get my way over. I'm, trying to squeeze through all the crowds. And I gotta say, whoever was out that night in Fort Gratiot, Michigan, you guys take a shower and brush your goddamn teeth. You were the stinkiest sons of bitches I have ever been around in my entire life. So I make my way. People were all over, like, anybody got COD? What was the other one that I was just laughing about? Dance Central 2? So I break my way through, because I'm a big guy. I don't give a shit. I'm not scared. And I grab Killzone 2, and I grab Mortal Kombat. And they had stickers on them. I told them what price they were. Oh, stupid me, I thought they were $10, but it turns out they were on sale for $28. So I grabbed them thinking they were $10, put it in her cart, made my way to the Xbox, and there were people. There was a stupid, 14-year-old kid. He was grabbing the games, putting them on the ground, going on the ground and searching them. I was like, what the fuck? So I just shoved them aside and was looking at him. It was all crap. I'm like, fuck. So I broke my way free from the stink crowd, and I was like, nah, it's nothing. I'm like, it's crazy. We got what we got. We got a lot of stuff. I think we got about 80% of the kids done, which is great, I saved a ton of money shopping there on Black Friday, because sales tax in the States is 6%, where over in Canada is 13%, right? So, plus it's $6 for border cost there and back, and you have to consider the duty if the duty, the border cost is dick and wants you to pay duty. So you could be eventually paying up the 19% sale tax on the items if you're not lucky. So you pretty much take your chance when you go over to the States, for us Canadians to go over. So where was I? Yeah, so I was like, let's get the fuck out of here. So we were in line for 40 fucking minutes. But that's not the part I'm freaking out about. It was we were in there for so long. And then we got there, and then the girl didn't know what she was doing, of course, right? And so we managed to get the hell out of there. And we're like, holy. Well, it's, check your time, it's, 11:45, let's go to Best Buy. Well, they were letting people in 20 at a time. I'm like, let's not do this. Let's go to Toys and see if it, because they were almost this time, so 3 hours later. So we got some more stuff. The boy wants a Turtle Beach headset and Dead Island. So we got that. We stood in line. Where's the lineup? Well, they had arrows on the ground wrapped all the way around the store. I'm talking all the way, up and down through aisles to the checker line. And it was a 3-hour wait. We just fuck this. Dropped our shit, went over to Target. Target was letting people in by the thousands. And the same deal, the lineups were through all the things, and we're like, fuck that. So, yeah, it's people were waiting in line at Best Buy for that. I assume the $199 Sharp 46-inch TV, I think, to be, if I'm not corrected, which is a huge steal. That's unbelievable. Sharp's a tier 1 brand TV next to Samsung and Sony, And it's somebody told us that we ran into this couple. They told us yeah, people have been camping out since Tuesday. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's fucking retarded. You missed 3 days of work to get a TV for $199. It's if you just fucking worked, you could have bought a TV for the exact same price, but original price. What the fuck would you do that? People are so stupid. I'm sorry. That's fucking retarded. So we didn't bother going to Best Buy because the lineup was still huge. Went over to Target, and like I said, the same thing. We're like, fuck, let's just leave. So it was 3 o'clock in the morning. Let's try out Best Buy. And then they were still letting in people from the line. And I said, babe, we can find what we get, but we ain't getting out anytime soon. I guarantee we'll be in line for 3-4 hours. So we just said, screw it. We went back in the car. She was tired. She was at work this morning, early in the morning. She came with me. So we went home. She's like, give me the iPod, because we got on the iPod, right? So we got on the iPod, and she's like, I'm going to put it in my purse and the receipt, and we'll just say we claimed this much, right? Ooh. So that's what we did. She's like, oh, we only spent $400. And she looked at her thing. She's like, okay, have a good day. And we're like, whoa! We probably spent about $800 and we didn't have to claim shit on it. Thank God. So, yeah. That was my first ever Black Friday experience. You know, for the crowds being so hectic, everybody was so polite. I don't know if it was just the area I'm in. I don't know how you guys made out, if you guys did the whole midnight thing. But would I ever do it again? For the kids, maybe. You know, it depends on what they wanted. What they want this year was pretty reasonable. But I would not stand in line for 3, 4, 5 fucking hours just to get stuff at like $20 off. That's just, no. And I ain't camping out either. That's just unbelievably retarded. But I hope you guys, if you guys went out Black Friday in the midnight, I hope you guys were safe. No one got trampled. You know, and I hope you guys got what you got. So that was my first ever Black Friday experience. And I'm sure it won't be the last. You guys have a good night.